Thanks, guys. Okay, that's good.
You mic up while I do.
We're all good, yeah. Welcome to The Full Arsenal, the home of all your Arsenal breaking news, opinion and exclusive stories, and Mr. Declan Rice.
Hello mate, how are you?
I'm very good. Just on your own performances this season, I think I speak for everyone when they've been absolutely brilliant. I mean, what do you put that down to? I mean, a lot of people look at the arrival of Martin Zubimendi, but what do you think have been the sort of factors that have made you play so well this year?
I don't know. I think every year I've tried to raise my level and raise my game. It's something my dad always said to me, like, how are you going to improve every year? How are you going to get better? And it's something that it's weird because I don't think about it. Like, I just go out and play, and I'm lucky that I get to play football matches. I'm fit. Zubi has been a massive help this season. He's been really, really good. I can't really pinpoint it on one thing. You know, it's just once you get in that momentum and into the swing of things, your confidence comes. And there's been at points this season where I've felt unstoppable at times, and there's no better feeling than going onto a football pitch with confidence. You know you're going to go on and play well. And I think I always have in my mind, look, first thing of the game, always do it to like a good standard, whether it's a header, a tackle, a duel. If you win that, you know, it gets your mind in the right place. Whereas if you lose it, it can have a negative impact and you start to think the other way. So always trying to get my mind in the right place, and that spurs me on to go and play well.
And those performances have led to people talking about you for the Ballon d'Or. We had last year, obviously, you were up for the Puskas Award. I mean, how crazy does that sound when, you know, people are talking about you as literally being the best player in the world right now?
Yeah, it's unreal, obviously. You want to be involved in them conversations. I think they're the right ones to be involved in. And obviously, I appreciate the fans for saying that. Obviously, it's such a long way away because I need to keep playing well. I need to keep maintaining this level. But also, you see the recent Ballon d'Or winners, what they've won during their season. So look, hopefully we can have a successful season. I can be involved in them conversations. That would be amazing. If not, that's not something that I'm setting my eye on. You know, I really want the team to do well first.
Yeah, that's one where the trophies sort of come first, don't they? If you win the trophies, then you're in the conversation for it.
Yeah, definitely. And I think, you know, we're lucky enough, like I said, to be in every competition still at this stage of the season. There's so many big teams who've been knocked out already. So we've put ourselves in a really strong position to go forward and, put ourselves in the best way.
When you think back to when you were sort of a young kid growing up, did you think you would be at this level where we're sat talking about, has Deck scored the best goal in the world this year? Is Deck the best player in the world this year? Or was there a part in your career where suddenly that switch flicked and you think, I can make it to the top?
No, I don't think so. I'll be totally honest. No, not at all. I always believed in myself, always knew I had ability. And what set me apart from others was like, I had the heart, like the desire to go with it. I was a really good listener. Like even if one of my coaches told me off, I wouldn't, go home complaining to my mum and dad about it. I'd take it on the chin, see where I could improve. But I didn't know I would be going on to do what I'm doing. That's why it's amazing, because once you start out in football, you never know your journey, you know. But if you can stay consistent, believe in your own pathway and believe in yourself, it can take you anywhere. And luckily enough, every season I've got better and better and wanting to improve. And obviously it's taken me to this position, and I still think I can get a lot better than where I currently am. So I just need to keep going. But yeah, if I look back at my 15-year-old, 16-year-old self, I wouldn't have seen myself in this position.
Yeah, this is why I didn't make it, because I was moaning to my dad all the way home in the car, so that's why. You've sort of spoken about, the evolution in your game. And on that, obviously, we've seen your game develop a lot under Mikel Arteta. You've grown a lot from the player when you arrived here 3 years ago. What do you feel like is the next phase for Declan Rice? We talk about Declan Rice, 2.0 or 3.0, whatever version we're on.
Yeah, I need 10, 15 goals a season minimum, all competitions. Last year and the year before, I've done really well with my numbers. My numbers with Arsenal have been good since I've joined. I think they have gone up a level, but I think I've got the ability to do better in front of goal. I can make more runs, I can be set more with the ball, I can take more shots. There's just more risks I can take in front of goal. So I think that's the next level for me now, because I have the ability to do it. I wouldn't be talking about if I couldn't do it. I definitely can. It's about me, wanting to do it, and I do. But I think that's the next level.
Yeah, I mean, we saw it in the Bournemouth game, didn't we, with those goals there? And are there sort of players you look at maybe from the past? I know you're a big fan of someone like Yaya Toure. I remember seeing those clips all those years ago where he ambushed at your house. Is he someone you looked at and thought, that sort of midfielder, and 20 goals in a season.
Incredible, yeah. Yaya, obviously Frank Lampard. They're players who their timings of their runs and the way they arrived in the box. And it's not just arriving, it's arriving and saying something, being a presence, knowing that you're going to get the ball, demanding it off your teammates. And I think that's the reason they scored so many goals, because they took risks in front of the goal as well. So it's definitely a next part of my game I want to add.
Arsenal are heading to Wembley. How good does that sound?
Incredible. I'm buzzing. My last time there with Arsenal was the Community Shield, and we had a good day there. But now to get back in a cup final with this team is extra special. It's everything we've been working towards. Since I've come in, last 2-3 years, we haven't had the best of cup runs, but this year to actually get to a final with this team is really, really good. So yeah, we're excited.
And we saw as well those celebrations with Kai Havertz's goal against Chelsea. I think Ricardo was on the pitch before the ball went in the net. Does that kind of show how much you want it, and also the sort of unity within this squad?
Yeah, the togetherness for sure. Actually, the manager spoke about this morning. He said that there's some players in the squad who've hardly played a game this season, talking about like the third goalkeeper, Tommy, but you should have seen his reaction. And it's like, that shows how together we are every day, everyone training, everyone together, pulling in the right direction. And to do that with them celebrations was amazing.
We actually heard from Mikel before the semi-final about winning this trophy could unlock something in the mentality of Arsenal, winning something together as a team. How much do you agree with that, and the fact that if you win this, it could be the catalyst to more trophies?
100%. And I think it's the first trophy that's up for grabs. It's one that you can take, and then after that, go on in the Premier League and have full momentum. I think we're in a really good position that we're in the final, and now we have a chance to go and win it. But I think where it's in March, and then you still have 2 months left of the Prem, it's a real momentum builder. So it's one that we're definitely looking to go and win. And yeah,
we've seen that in the past, haven't we, with teams that have won the Carabao Cup. You look at Jose Mourinho's Chelsea, Pep Guardiola's Manchester City. It can be the springboard to winning trophies in May as well as March.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're in an incredible position. We've been going since August. We're doing very well in all the competitions we're in. The first one is the final, which is amazing. But after that, it's obviously the main goal, which is obviously the Premier League. And, we're doing really well. We're taking it one game at a time. But, we need to be ready for what next to come.
And for you personally, obviously, you've won a trophy before. You had that amazing night with West Ham. I'm sure the days after were pretty good as well. Once you've had that taste for a major trophy, how hungry does it make you to want to go and do it again?
So hungry. That's why I joined this football club. I fully believed in the manager's vision. When I was looking at this team from the outside, I fully believed in all of the players and the quality that we had. We've only gone from strength to strength with the quality of the squad. But now it's on us. I've said the manager gives us everything. He gives us the platform to go and play. But it's on us to take the responsibility and go and win. And I can sense that this year, I can feel that fire in our tummies to go and do it, for sure.
Obviously, a bigger evolution in your game, particularly under Mikel, has been those set pieces and your ability to strike the ball from dead ball situations. I wonder if you could maybe take us back to January 2024 in Dubai, when Nico must have wandered over to you and said, Dec, I've got an idea here.
Yeah, every year the manager and Nico, they're, like you said 2.0 about something a minute ago, they're constantly trying to evolve, constantly trying to get better and find new ways of gaining advantages. And I remember being in Dubai and we practicing set pieces, and Nico and the manager had spoken to me previously before we went out there and said that they was thinking about it and would I be confident enough to go and do it. And I was. It was a really easy conversation to have. I'm sure if we was in Colney whilst it was raining, it wouldn't have been easy. It was in Dubai, so it wasn't too bad. But yeah, once he had told me and I understood what he wanted and how he wanted it, it was just then repetition. And I think we got back and I got an assist in my first game, and straight away, my confidence was up. And every time I take a set piece now, people see it as set pieces, but I see it as a chance, to help the team and assist and score, because I know I can put in a good ball. So yeah, I think it's something that's, really helped elevate my game as well.
And obviously having the technique to do it is one thing, but then how much work goes into to get to where you are now, where, you can literally master the ball and do whatever you want with it? How much hard work has gone into that?
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work. This season, we haven't actually worked on it. You would think with the goals we've scored, we work on it all the time. Just because of the schedule this season, it's been a lot of video stuff instead of actually on pitch. So for me, when I put the ball down, it's just all about feel. It's like knowing where you're going to put the ball, how much pace you're going to put on it. And people might go, well, how do you know that? You got to go off instinct, you know. Like if I know if I'm going to go to the back post, I need to put a lot more, you know, energy into the ball, a lot more curl for it to get there. Whereas front post, you know, you're ultimately trying to score a goal because, you know, no one, if I was a defender, you know, you don't want to defend that ball on your goal line. So I know it can cause chaos, but it's one of our strengths, and yeah, let's keep it going because it's been really good for us this year.
We spoke earlier on about Yaya Toure, and you can maybe watch clips of him and, you know, how he arrives late and scores those goals midfield. Is it the same with free kicks and corners? Can you watch David Beckham taking a corner and learn from it, Roberto Carlos, or is it got to be your own thing? Is it got to be natural for you?
I think everyone takes a free kick differently. The way I take corners and the way I take wide free kicks, I think, you know, it's the top part of my game, but I think other than the Real Madrid free kicks, which were just a moment of madness, I think my free kicks genuinely can improve. And my techniques are probably a little bit different, which is weird, because you'd think I'd have the same technique for wide free kicks and corners, but for some reason it's different with an attacking free kick in front of goal. You have to think you have to do something different, but you actually don't. So yeah, your Becks, you know, Yayas, you know, back in the day, loads of people used to just smash the ball. But I think now we try to be way more precise with it. So I think that's something I can improve on for sure.
Yeah, those free kicks, we have to talk about those, obviously. I remember our back page was bend it like Declan. For you, what was the kind of reaction to that? How did it feel to sort of have everyone talking about those? Particularly when you're that young kid growing up, how does that feel when people are saying this was Beckham-esque?
Yeah, that was crazy because he had some of the biggest moments ever with free kicks, and just how it played out. Sometimes I question like how it happened, like just for 2 in one game and for them to be that perfect. I could try that 1,000 times again and I just wouldn't hit the same spot. So I was delighted with that, and yeah, it was incredible. And
obviously we talk about Brand Beckham. What about Brand Declan? I've been in London, I've seen the double-decker buses. That must be crazy for you though, when you're that young kid growing up and you're saying to you in Kingston, you know, when you're 25, 26 years old, you're going to be seeing your face all over the city. Yeah, obviously I play football for a living, but doing that stuff away from the pitch, I'm obviously fortunate enough and lucky enough that I can be selected to do that stuff. But also I actually enjoy it just because like my life is just so full on football constantly 24/7 since I was a kid. To come away from that and like do other things alongside football, it's relaxing and I actually enjoy it. Yeah, I do like it, but yeah, it's crazy to see. And has Bex been in touch? Did he give you any feedback after those free kicks?
Yeah, no, he did. Because I said this in an interview, I'd have to get the message out. He messaged me on Instagram about it. And obviously when Beckham, I remember the first time I met Beckham was in Qatar. And I think we all approached him. Every player was like he was a god, you know, because it's Bex. But yeah, I remember him talking about the free kick. I don't remember exactly what he said, but he definitely messaged. So I was happy with that. But yeah, so many people did. It was hard to keep up with my phone that night.
I just want to touch a bit as well on your sort of own role in the squad. Obviously, we know you're part of the leadership group here, and a big thing we've seen is you helping the young players. Ify Ibrahim signed his first pro contract recently, and he mentioned you. And then, of course, Max Dowman has spoken about how much you've helped him. Is that a big thing for you to try and help those young players sort of coming into the squad?
Yeah, definitely. I think because I've been in that position, and like I've been a young kid in an academy and trained with the first team when I was, 15, 16. So I know sometimes it can feel intimidating. It can feel really weird, like going up to a first team player and speaking to them. I remember being myself going up to Mark Noble, Andy Carroll, James Collins, thinking, how are they going to take me in? So that's why when I see the younger kids now, I try to give them as much love as possible because I know how they can be feeling. And they're all great kids, and that's the good thing about our group here. When we do gym in the mornings, the academy boys are always in there with us and, we interact with them, which is really good because I don't think you would get that at a lot of other clubs where, 16, 17-year-olds are around the first team boys. So it's important we take them in and make sure they're comfortable in this environment.
Right, truthful answer. How old does Max make you feel?
Oh, yeah, I know. He's just, I don't even know how old he makes me feel. He's incredible. He's a talent that I've not seen at that age. I remember it was Wilshere who first told me about him. He said, I've got this 14-year-old who's playing in the under-18s. He said, you need to watch him. And from that moment on, it was just, you could tell, when a footballer's good. And Max for sure has definitely got it.
And away from the sort of squad, we've seen you down at the community hub. We've seen you sort of interacting with fans. Is that a big part for you to kind of fully immerse yourself in everything around Arsenal, not just the squad as well?
Yeah, definitely. I think you have fans, from all different types of places and places around the world, and go to places like the Hub. I think that's part of what we have to do, as players. We can't just be here playing football. I think we need to put our time, effort, energy into them as well, because, they do that for us on a daily basis. And, when you see their faces and stuff like that, to spend an hour with them, it's priceless. So it's definitely good to do that.
I suppose if you want to sort of give back, isn't it, now you've made it to this position?
Yeah, definitely, for sure. I think we done my most enjoyable one was recently at the Hub. I was playing bowls. I'd never played bowls in my life, and the last part of it was playing bowls. And I could have stayed there like an hour and a half. I didn't realise how chilled it was. I loved it. So just giving back, just being able to be a part of it was really nice.
This is going to be the next team social, isn't it? Arsenal bowls.
Honestly, I proper enjoyed it. It was good, competitive. I played with Saliba. It was really, really good.
Well, look, Dec, thank you very much for your time. Thank you for inviting us down to the training ground. Been a pleasure, and hopefully we'll speak to you again soon.
Definitely, top man.
Even closer. Go on, if you can.
Here you go. Look, I'm coming right on his shoulder.
Nice one.